Hello and welcome, Wesley Smith, treeservicedigital.com. Thanks so much for joining us today on another content-packed webinar where we're going to talk about what's working in today's market here in 2024, what's been working, what's going to be working over the next year or two. So if you're on today, thanks so much for being here. You got a lot of things you could have been doing, so I appreciate you joining. This is going to be recorded as well, so make sure if you have any questions or you may have missed a part or a portion, you will have a replay option at some point in the future when we get this put together, edited, and emailed out to everyone. So I hope everybody's having a good week. We're getting through February, and that means that March is right around the corner, and so is spring and nice weather where we're going to be wide open for tree services across most of the country, especially here in the Southeast, Southwest, the lower half of the country. Up north, maybe Midwest, Northeast, it might be April, when it gets really, really busy. But you're in a good time frame right now to implement a lot of these things. So I'm going to share my slides with you today so we can kind of get going on what's going to be there for how to double your business with multi-channel marketing. And so I'm going to share my screen here. If you guys could confirm that you could see my slides here in the chat or the questions and answers section, I'd really appreciate it, just so I'm not talking about a screen that's behind the webinar. So if you could see those slides, if you could just pop in the chat real quick, yes, I can see, or yes, something like that, I'll know that I'm on the right track here and not showing you what's not showing. Every now and then it's showing the wrong thing. So great. Okay, thanks so much. Okay, confirm. So today we're going to talk about how to double your business with multi-channel marketing. And I'm not talking about doubling your business overnight or the next 6 months. I'm talking about kind of just setting in place a very powerful marketing strategy where you're showing up in multiple areas of your local community, not just online, but offline, social media, searches, all these different places, emails, text messages, all these things. So we're going to go through what that looks like and how to pull that off in your local market. So here we go. Here's what you're going to learn today. We have a blueprint covering the most important online marketing medium that you should be tapping into for your tree service business. Make sure this thing is recording here. Yep. We're going to be going through how to get your tree service business to show at the top of the Google search page in your local area in multiple different spots. The key ingredient for a top Google Maps ranking, a proven strategy to get your local service ads to perform better, how to build a fence around your customer base with email newsletters, texting, and social media, and how to use software and automation to increase conversion of the leads you're already getting and maybe not converting. So if you want to get the most out of today's training, put your cell phone on mute or do not disturb or something, turn off Facebook, and just make sure you take a look at what we're going to go through today, because it can really, really help change your business. I promise. Like, this is, proven over and over again with a marketing program with multiple different avenues, online, offline, to where you're just everywhere in your local market. So to get the most out of it, let's go through this really quick. So who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Wesley Smith, and I'm the owner of treeservicedigital.com, and we're members of TCIA. I've been in the internet marketing space for over 10 years with a previous business of mine, and then also starting a digital marketing agency back then. And then specialized in tree service contractor marketing about 5 years ago. Just decided I love this niche. I want to do this only. And so we've been able to really get a proven marketing program developed over the years. And we're expert web development and digital marketing team. We've worked with dozens and dozens, at this point, hundreds of tree service contractors across the United States, and we know what works to generate a flood of new business. Again, I'm a member of TCIA. Here's a book that I published a couple of years ago, How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors. If you want a copy, just email back to one of the emails that we may have sent you to invite you to this webinar. I'll send you a free copy in the mail. Just need your name, business name, and then mailing address. Happy to put that in the mail for you. So we've worked with hundreds of tree service companies across the United States. We've got lots of different logoed companies here, just to show you a few of those. We've got a dozen testimonials or so on our website, video testimonials. You can check us out, treeservicedigital.com/testimonials. We're updating that frequently. And this is all we do. We don't work with several different other types of businesses, where some marketing agencies that you might have talked to or perhaps worked with in the past, they're sort of cutting their teeth on your tree service business, right? Spending your Google Ads dollars on learning what to do, what not to do over several months or a year. And so by us already having this specialized knowledge, we just kind of know what to do, right? And this is all we do all day, every day. So we have lots and lots of data that we leverage per client that works and gets everything off to a really quick start. So again, this is going to be how to double your business with multi-channel marketing. And the accelerated growth model, if you really want to grow your business, there's a lot of different components. So it's the organic, your SEO, your website, everything needs to be good there. Paid ads, database marketing for your existing customers or people you've given an estimate to. So you want to drive leads. And then you also need to maximize conversion, right? So your website, your reputation, automation, that's going to maximize the converting of the leads you get from all of this driving leads. And then you want to optimize the results. So optimize the return on investment, your average cost per lead, your total spend, things like that. So the accelerated growth roadmap, this is 9 clear steps, double your business by getting your internet marketing right. And, number one, you want to drive leads through organic strategies with your website, SEO, Google Maps, paid ads, drive leads through paid ads, database. So your current existing customers are a treasure trove of new business if you just tap into them. Emails, text messaging, things like that, website reputation, automation. And then you want to optimize the results that you do get. So how much was your total spend? How much was each lead costing on the average? And then your return on investment. It's easy to calculate once you have those metrics in place. So it's kind of the same thing. You want to drive leads with organic website, SEO, Google Maps, paid ads, and then database marketing, email and text marketing. And then you want to maximize those leads, maximize conversion of those leads through your website, how well it's built, how professional it looks, what image you have, and then your reputation, your Google reviews, Facebook reviews, etc. And then automation. So lead follow-up is very important as well. And then you want to optimize those results to continue to optimize that as your campaigns continue to evolve. So the strategy, where do you need to focus the most? Maybe you guys don't have a website. Maybe you do. Maybe your Google business listing on the maps has only got a couple of reviews and you need 100. Maybe you're not on local service ads. Maybe you're not on Google ads. Maybe you're not doing emails or building your customer database. So what do you need to focus on the most? So here's our digital dominance method to kind of show you the whole outline of everything that works online. So number one is your website, your SEO, Google Maps, reviews, reputation, all of that. 2 are your paid ads, Google ads, Google local service ads, Bing, Yahoo ads, things like that. Number 3, retargeting. So retargeting all previous website visitors on social media and Google partner websites where they just see you over and over again. Paid online directories is another channel you can tap into. Repeat and referral business is very powerful with email marketing and social media and text marketing. Number 6 is pay per lead. You can pay per lead with certain things. Number 7 is social media advertising on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, things like that. Number 8 is a referral program. So you can actually offer your existing customers or previous customers, hey, anybody that you refer to us that does more than $1,500 worth of tree work, we will happily send you a $100 gift card to, Amazon or take us to the game or something similar. And then 9, last but not least, is offline, which is direct mail. So these are all the ways you can really maximize your lead flow as you build your tree service business. And Mateo, I'll open it up for questions here in just a minute. You can type your question in the question and answer box, and as soon as I get a break, I'll come in and answer that for you. So no problem whatsoever. Is your website set up to convert visitors to callers? So meaning when somebody visits your website, sees your website, lands on your website, is it good? Is it professional? Is it branded for your tree service company? Do you have calls to action like get a free estimate or call now for an estimate, things like that? And if so, it's going to convert way better. And this is kind of the layout that you want. You want your branding in the top left, phone number in the top right, request a free estimate button everywhere, and just picture of like your trucks, your crews, your city, your jobs, not stock photos, because everybody uses about the same handful of stock photos. So if you can avoid that, you're going to be ahead of the competition in a lot of cases. So your website's the hub, right? It's like the hub of what's going to be happening with your digital marketing. Everybody's going to end up there at some point, whether they find you on social media, Google Maps, email newsletter, Google search, whatever, they're usually always going to end up back on your website at some point because that really showcases everything that you do and how you operate. So why is conversion so important? Let's look at a couple of scenarios here. Let's say you get 100 leads and you convert only 30% of those leads. You don't really have any follow-up mechanisms in place. You book 30 jobs. So 100 leads, 30 jobs booked, 30%. And let's say your average ticket is $650. I realize a lot of you guys, your average ticket's $1,000, $2,000, whatnot, but just go with 650. Your total revenue out of that would be $19,500 out of those 100 leads. Well, if you get 100 leads over here, but your conversion rate over doubles to 70% because you got a lot of automation, you're getting back with everybody, you're scheduling those appointments. Then you book 70 jobs out of 100 leads. Well, then your average ticket's still at the same number, $650. You're going to double your revenue, over double your revenue to $45,000 by having a high conversion percentage on the leads that you get. So conversion is very, very important to getting more return on investment with the dollars you're spending on advertising. So maybe the next question is how do we optimize for a conversion? If that's the case, so how do I do that? How do I get more people to call? Well, here's 12 critical elements to enhance your conversion on your website. So number one, speak to your target customer, right? Like whoever that is, residential, commercial, or if it's both, what are their fears and frustrations? Why should they choose you, right? Be real. Use authentic images of your team on the homepage, the owner, job site videos, job site images, all throughout the website. Use video and multimedia elements to engage different modalities, right? So you want different types of, website welcome video. That's always nice to have. It kind of explains your services. Videos for each one of your services. Video explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. Leverage social proof, right? So make sure you got your Facebook plugin, Instagram, all those things on there. And show some reviews on your website. That's always a good thing to do because then it kind of shows proof that you're doing the right thing out there. Get the basics in order. So the phone number in the top right-hand corner of the website, so it's very visible as soon as they log in there. You want your website to be a billboard when they land there, right? Everything they need to see in one snapshot at the top. Ensure that there's a web form customers can fill out to get in contact with you very quickly. Add credibility with authority symbols, like add your BBB logo, Angie logo, if you've got a bunch of reviews on there, things like that. And ensure you got clear calls to action on each page to where people know, hey, I can click this button to call them right now. I can click this button to fill out the form right now. Use special offers and coupons and incentives, maybe for veterans or senior citizens or seasonal specials. Those all help to get more clicks and calls. Start giving clients the option to book online, right? Book their appointment right there on a calendar. And the speed of your website your loading speed actually matters, because if people can't get on your website quick enough, they're going to bounce off a lot of times. And that could have been a big job. And you don't want that to happen. You want to convert more of those people that land on your website. So, and then engage in SMS messaging and phone via marketing automation with leads that do fill out the form, because that way you don't miss any of those leads. If somebody fills out a form on your website, and let's say you're busy and you don't see it for 5 hours, gosh, I mean, in 5 hours, they're going to have the opportunity to call a lot of other tree companies locally. So you want to make sure you get back with them very quickly. And a good way to do that is just to use automation. Just have the forms text message the lead that comes into a two-way text message with you or whoever's managing the leads. And that way you're constantly in contact with everybody that comes. So this is another, example of a good converting website, right? Your brand and logo here, your menu at the top to kind of navigate wherever they want to go and get their questions answered. Your phone number here in the top right where you can see it. Get a free estimate button. Get a free estimate button. And you've got your truck's recognizable brand here. And be real and authentic, right? Put images of you and your family on there. People love seeing that. They feel better about a company that's, more real, right? It's not stock images. People aren't hiding behind the website. Just put yourself out there, and I promise you will convert better on your website. If you've got videos, tap into videos, right? Leverage those. Put those videos on your website where people can just quickly watch the video. One of the ranking signals on Google search is how long people are sitting on your website. So one thing that we see a huge impact with is putting videos on people's websites. People are going to sit on the website longer because a lot of people will watch 10, 20, 30 seconds of that video, right? Before they pause it, or some people watch the whole thing. So that just helps people stay on your website longer. and just, thoroughly convince them they need to give you a call. And you also want to showcase social proof on your website. So like testimonials, 5-star reviews that you're getting on your Google business profile or Facebook page. You can actually, with a couple different plugins, have those feed into your website so people can see, oh, they've gotten these 3 Google reviews that are 5 stars in the last month. That's pretty cool. It must be a pretty good company here. Right. So those things all help get people to give you a call and convince them. So you want to get the fundamentals right. Right. So again, going over this again, you probably see a clear strategy here, kind of a pattern. You want your recognizable logo. You want your menu where they can go to different places on your website, request a free estimate, request a free quote, reword it a little bit. Some people respond to different text. And then also the clickable phone number, recognizable phone number. This is on a mobile device. So when somebody's on a mobile device, does it shrink to the size of their phone or their mobile device? And is there a click to call button to make it really simple to get in touch with your company? That's what you want. The easier it is for somebody to click a button to give you a call or click a button to fill out a quick form, the more leads you're going to get at your tree service business. So is your website mobile friendly? The importance of this can't be like overstated. I mean, it's super important. So like 4.5, 5 billion people are now on mobile phones all the time on the, worldwide. And 3 out of 5 consumers search for local businesses on their smartphone, right? That's when you have a smartphone, you have a computer in your hand all day, every day. So most of the time they use that to do searches for local contractors or anything they're looking up, right? So looking up for restaurants or, to get plumbing work or tree service work, whatever it may be, they're using their phone in a lot of cases. So that's what you want to make sure you show up really well on. And Google reports that about 40% of mobile consumers turn to a competitor's website if they have a bad mobile web experience. So if you get a bad website, it's 10, 15 years old, even 6, 8 years old, and it's not very mobile friendly. It doesn't look very good when loaded on a mobile phone. You want to fix that. You're probably losing business because of that. It seems like a minor thing. That's probably not the case. No way. But I promise you, if you load a website that is hard to read on your phone, you're more likely to just hit the back button and go find another website to click on. I do that, or if I click on somebody's website on my phone and it just spins and spins and spins, I'm not going to sit there for 30 seconds, right? Like I'm just going to back off and then go to a different website. So I can promise you those types of things make a big impact. Is your website optimized for conversion, right? Like visitors know they can click this button to call you, or they can fill out this form to get in touch with you. So do you have the phone number in the top right? Are you using authentic images like of your crews, the owner, trucks, things like that? You have a compelling call to action. Are you giving customers the option to engage via chat or two-way text message? Is your website mobile friendly? Easy click to call button. Is your website fast loading on desktop and mobile? So what are the takeaways that you got there? What did you notice? Is there anything that you just want to write down before we move into the next section? Or if you have a question, pop it in the questions and answer box. I'm happy to answer any questions. Okay, move on to the next part here. Does your website come up in search, right? So let's say you're on Google search. I would just test this in your local market on your computer or your phone. Type in your business name, just your business name, just XYZ Tree Service, XYZ Tree Service Experts, whatever your business name is. Type that in on Google search and just see what pops up. Ideally, your website's going to be one of the first, results at the top. Your Facebook page will probably be one of the first results at the top. And then you're going to see your Google business profile here on the right-hand side, where it just showcases on the right-hand side. You can see your reviews, your images, any postings you've done recently. You want to see that for sure when somebody searches your business name or when you search your business name. And then you may be asking, like, does SEO still matter? Because there's like paid ads everywhere. And we know we got to do paid ads because those show up at the top of the page. Well, SEO is a big deal still. And that's basically the Google Maps section, as well as the organic section below the maps. It definitely still matters. So yes, SEO still matters. You can't rely on pay-per-click alone in your business. And so on-site optimization here, here's how you basically optimize your website on page, on the website for SEO. You want strong website with good content, right? Good written content, enough content, not just a few words or a few sentences on each page, but enough content to where it tells the searcher that they found your website that you're a good solution for them for tree service. Pages for each one of your services, pages for the cities that you serve, unique content and geotagged images to pass heat map data to the city pages, things like that. Unique content on every page, keyword in the title, and on the H1 header. So the H1 header is basically the first paragraph there with a header on top, meta description that sells the click to your website. Name, address, phone number in the footer of your website. Blog with ongoing updates, syndication, and new articles being generated. And focus on page speed for desktop and mobile. So Lucy asks, how can you capture people's attention as a startup where you don't have reviews and a brand recognition to use? So that's a good question, Lucy. Like everybody starts somewhere. So I would suggest getting your Google business profile set up and verified as soon as possible. That's a free thing to do. It can be kind of a pain in the neck to get it verified with Google. But once you do, you've now got a quote unquote Google map listing and you're on the maps. As soon as you get that done, start getting reviews on it. Ask everybody that you've ever worked with in the past, can you give me a quick review, or friends and family who can vouch for you that say you do good work. Get them to give you a review on your Google business profile. Set up your social media, Facebook, Instagram pages. Those are free. Get reviews on there, make them look nice. That's a good start. And then there's a lot of website builders out there like Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, things like that. You can just do a drag and drop website for just to have a website up. And then if you want to get leads coming in, the best thing to do when you're starting out is probably every door direct mail that's really inexpensive at your local post office. Signs. So order 100 signs and go stick them out on street corners and neighborhoods you're doing work for. And then also, get signs for your trucks, and then, put out flyers on nearby job sites. So, when you're first getting started, you're going to have to put more effort into marketing versus spending more money. Just put more effort into it and make sure you got things for them to find on the internet. And a lot of that stuff you can do for free. So I hope that helps. So here's a live example. If you search for your keyword in your local market, like tree service your city, right? Tree removal your city. Are you at the very top of the page? If you're at the very top of the page there on the Google Maps, you're going to get dozens and dozens and dozens of calls, depending on the population in your market. So if you're a pretty populated area and you're on the maps, number one, number two, number three, you're going to get a lot of calls being there. So it's very important to focus on getting reviews, uploading photos on there. So is your site properly optimized? We'll go through this again because this helps your map listing too. Google crawls your website that's plugged into your Google map listing and then uses that to make its mind up as to where to put your Google map listing. So you want the title tag of each page for SEO purposes, H1 header of paragraph on the page, H2 header for the paragraphs, H3 headers. So you want paragraph headers on the website pages. You want geotagged images and put an alt image text, like the text over that overlays the image, like tree service your city. And then over 1,500 words of content per page is a good idea. Sometimes you don't need as much. Maybe you want to break that up into like a frequently asked questions section, maybe a little bit of content about what you do for that service, that type of thing. And off-page SEO, like things you can do off of your website, is like, optimize your Google business profile, which we were just talking about a minute ago with your Google map listing. Optimize that thing, upload photos, get reviews. All of that really helps. Get lots of citations and online directories submitted for your name, address, and phone number of your business, and build up online reviews. You can use a lot of different tools like Jobber, Single Ops, Review Buzz, Bird Eye, Customer Lobby, Podium. There's a lot of places to get a lot of reviews, and reviews help everything work better. So if you put your effort into getting reviews on Google, mainly Google, and then Facebook and things like that, you're going to have a lot of social proof that you're a good company. Build links back to your website from other websites, and then also syndicate your content, your blog articles and different project case studies and stuff. Are you building links and authority back to your website? So a lot of times just building the backlinks to your website from other websites. So a backlink is just another link on another website that when somebody clicks it, it comes back to your website, hence the name backlink. So once the pages and stuff are built, you need to get links back to those pages. And about 70% of the battle with SEO is just getting links to your website. So optimizing your website for search engine rankings, we kind of went through this, but it's main keyword and title tag on every page of your website? Do you have pages for each one of your core services with a full write-up on that service? Do you have pages for each of the sub-cities that you service, like your service area cities? Do you have pages for the brands that you service or use? Do you have unique content on every page of your website? Does your website come up for the most important keywords? Your city tree service, your city tree removal, your city tree trimming, and other similar keywords. Are you consistently creating new content, blog articles, maybe project case studies of your work, which is a very powerful thing to do, showing proof of work on your website? And are you creating new inbound links back to your website? All very, very important. So what are some of the takeaways that you got from that? Is there anything else that you want to write down and make sure you don't forget? I'll give you a couple of seconds to write that down. If you got any questions, pop them in the Q&A box. Happy to answer those as well. All right, we'll move on to the next section here. Are you ranking on the Google Maps? Super, super important. So if you show up here at the top, I think we went over this a minute ago, that is very, very important. Generates a lot of calls. Do Google Maps matter? Yeah, they matter. So if you're at the top of the page on Google Maps, this is below the ads. So picture you've got the ads at the top, and then you've got Google Maps in the organic section below that. This is where about 45% of the clicks and calls go. Because the idea is most people, when they do a search for something near me or my city, tree service, things like that, they're going to want to talk to a company that's super local to them. That's generally their preference. So by being up at the top in the maps for your local market is going to have a huge impact on you. Here's a couple of examples of a few of our Google Map listing clients. You can see how many calls you get in there. So this one, our clients in a 30-day period this past year, 54 people clicked on the map listing and visited the website. 71 people called the button on the Google Map listing that says call now. That's just 71 calls where they called the button on the Google Map listing, not counting the people that visited the website, submitted a free estimate form, contact form, or called from the website. So you're talking about probably 100 leads from the Google Map listing in 1 month. Same with this client here. 66 people visited their website in a 30-day period. You can see here 1 month, and then 60 people called the Google Map listing in 1 month. I mean, just think to yourself, like, would that change your business by getting 60, 80 calls, 100 leads a month from your Google Map listing? And that's just one of the marketing channels, right? There's lots of other ones here with this multi-channel marketing approach. So if you get that many calls just from one angle, one place, like, you're setting yourself up for success. So here's how to get ranked in the Google Maps in the top 3. It's a lot of it's what's on your website, what's written on your website will help influence where your Google Map listing falls in the top 1, 2, or 3 spots there. You want to upload a lot of photos to your Google Business Profile. So if you download the Google Business Profile app on your smartphone and you're out in the field with your crews or your sales guys or whatever, upload photos from the jobs just directly into your Google Business Profile all the time. Take a few, like 3, 4, 5 photos of each job, your trucks, your crews, people up in the trees, your equipment, whatever, and just upload those into Google Business Profile. I would just make it a point to have a reminder to do that once a week. Once a week, upload 5 to 10 photos in your Google Business Profile. And on top of that, get reviews, constantly get reviews. And all of that will add up to success on the Google Maps. You just got to do more than everybody else. Is your company optimized to rank on the Google Maps? So have you claimed and verified your Google business listing to begin with, right? Have you properly optimized the Google business listing? How many online reviews do you have? You need more, probably. Do you have a proactive strategy for getting new online reviews? That's important. Just bake it into your daily process with every customer to ask and request for a review, but make sure you got something that makes it easy for them to give you that review, because otherwise they're not going to do it. Are you posting on your Google Business Profile weekly and responding to the questions and all that stuff? So is your foundation strong? So, your SEO is just basically optimizing all of your website pages for the search engines. Your Google Map listings, your pay-per-click ads, optimizing those constantly. Social media, is that optimized and does that look professional? Does that tell a story? Is it inviting for people to give you a call because they're seeing funny stuff or cool job site photos or branded images all the time? And then other paid lead services like Google Ads or Google Local Service Ads, which we're going to get into here next. So this is your foundation. You want to build it up. So it's your website and your organic SEO is kind of the bottom foundation, right? That's the concrete pour when a house is built, that bottom layer foundation. And then you want social media is really good to have because you're constantly able to post there and prove that you're doing the tree service work that they're going to look to hire you for. And then paid online directories are another place you can, pay for leads, pay for, just advertising in the local market, and then paid ads, Google ads and Google local service ads. So next thing is are you taking advantage of paid marketing opportunities? So think about Google ads. They used to be called Google AdWords. Now it's just simply Google ads. And then also Google local service ads, right? So you can see right here, these top results in the top here, these are Google local service ads. A lot of people call these Google guaranteed. And there's a verification process. It's pretty simple though. There's about 5 steps. Normally we do 4 out of the 5 for our new clients. And then they have to fill out the background form, background check, just simply because it's personal information and they want the business owner to submit that directly. And so once you get verified, it's similar to a background check on Angie or Thumbtack or any of the other platforms. But once you get verified, you're here. And then all those reviews you've been working hard to get on your Google map listing will then showcase in your Google local service ads profile because they sync the two together. So very, very important. These are Google local service ads. And these sponsored ones here are called just Google ads. And that way you're in the top of the page. So you get a couple different versions here. You get Google ads, pay per click marketing, Google local service ads, pay per call, which is a little different than the pay per click. You've got Bing Yahoo ads, which is pay per click like Google ads, paid Angie's List, paidyp.com, and paidyelp.com. Now, some of these people have an opinion on, right? I'm not promoting any of them. I'm just saying that some of these third-party ones are additional avenues you can take if you're not getting enough from your organic traffic from SEO, Google Maps, your paid traffic, Google Ads, Google local service ads. There's other things you can tap into. And so can Google ads and pay-per-click really drive return on investment? Maybe you've tried it in the past yourself and it didn't work, right? Because you tried to do it yourself. So maybe you just wrote it off as it doesn't work. So let's look at it real quick and see kind of what that looks like. So here's why most pay-per-click campaigns fail. So a lot of people that do this themselves or like a novice sets this up, you only set up one ad group for all the services. So like there's only one ad or something that shows up and it just says like, XYZ tree service company, call now, or XYZ tree service company, tree removal company. And what if somebody typed in tree trimming? They're not looking for tree removal. So if your ad only says one thing and it doesn't cater to that search, then you're going to lose that click and lose the opportunity to get that lead. So there's a lot of very specific granular things to set up the Google Ads account in the best fashion where you get the most bang for your buck. And so every time somebody types in tree pruning, you get an ad that says tree pruning services, call now for a free quote. Somebody types in land clearing, you get an ad that says, #1 land clearing company, XYZ city, right? If somebody types in tree removal, you get an ad that talks about tree removal. So you want to make sure you have an ad for every type of search, every type of service that you provide. That way it converts better. You get a higher click-through rate because the ad is relevant for what that person just typed in. So you also want to use landing pages that really talk to the person doing the search. So, showing your testimonials on the landing page, talking about the service they just searched for, all of that. You want to make sure it's got strong calls to action. So click the call now, get a free estimate, contact us today. Things like that are calls to action on the landing page. And a lot of people are using Google Smart Campaign and they're not very smart. So it's the easy way for a business owner to set up a Google Ads campaign themselves. But the problem is that there's no targeting that's very specific and you don't have a lot of negative keyword targeting as well. So negative keywords are big in the tree service space because there's a lot of searches that have the term tree service in it that you still don't want to show up for. For example, somebody types in tree service climbing equipment, tree service crane rental, and you're not providing any of that, then you don't want your ad to show up for that search. But since you're bidding on the term tree service, it's going to trigger that search. It's going to trigger your ad. Well, you got to use negative keywords to punch in climbing equipment, Christmas tree, Dollar Tree, all these different things. So your ad does not pop up for those things and waste your budget. Very, very important. So are you tapping into Google local services? We talked about it a minute ago. This is the ones that are at the very, very top of the page. And you basically get verified with a 5-step process. And then you've got the green check badge that says Google guaranteed. And that's basically Google's way of saying, hey, anybody that calls one of these tree companies on our platform, we've already background checked and vetted this company. We know this is a good company. So feel free to call them. We vouch for them, that type of thing. Kind of similar to Angie or Home Advisor. They're trying to kind of knock those guys out, I think, with this platform. But, you know, in a nutshell, they're just letting you know that they've background checked and vetted these tree service companies. It's not just some guy that just started out and doesn't have any experience or you're not sure about, right? This is established tree service companies is basically what they're saying here. So paid online marketing, Google local service ads with a maxed out budget. Are you doing all of these things? Are you running retargeting ads to all of your unconverted leads, right? Retargeting ads on Facebook, Instagram, Google partner websites. Are you running Google ads, pay-per-click ads? Are you strategically targeting with specific ad groups, text ads, and landing pages? You got to do that to make yourself get more clicks and more leads. Do you have conversion tracking in place to track your leads back to the ad group and the keyword? Are you running targeted Facebook ads to your ideal prospect base? Do you have a premium ad on Angie's List, Yelp, City Search, YP.com, things like that? And are you buying pay-per-lead services, Home Advisor, Angie, Thumbtacks? These are a lot of different paid mediums you can go to. So did you have any key insights about the paid ads? If so, I'll give you a second or two to write those down. And if you have any questions, pop it in the question and answer box. Happy to answer those. All right, we'll move on to the next. So, are you active on social media? This is another place where you can, uh, refer your friends and people on social media to your Facebook page to like your page or like your Instagram page. And that's one of the things you want to be doing is just being active on Facebook and social media. And you don't have to do a post every day. I mean, it's not a bad idea to do one every day, but you could do one at least once or twice a week to stay active. That's really cool. That just shows that you guys are busy doing work, right? Show pictures of your crews, your trucks, all those different things. You're going to get more repeat business, more referral business from doing that. And so have real authentic images. But I mean, here's the numbers on that. I mean, there's billions of users on social media, hundreds of friends most people have on their personal profiles. So you can invite them to like your page, right? Invite them to like your business page. Hey, I got a tree service business. We'd love for you guys to like our page and just share it in your news feed. Maybe once a month, once every couple of weeks. If you're posting on social media on your personal profile, a good idea is to have some good family posts, some personal posts, and then every now and then squeeze in a business post, right? It's kind of the best methodology for that. So do that, and then once they like your business page, you can then target all the people that have liked your page on little really, really inexpensive ads or boosted posts, and that gets even more eyeballs on your business every day. So, and it's free to post. You don't have to run ads. The next thing is are you leveraging email marketing? And so Mateo's got a question here. Is Home Advisor worth it? That's a good question. It depends on the market. It depends on how many people are probably doing it in your area. So Angie is now Home Advisor. So it's basically Angie, which used to be Angie's List. It's like they all get a bad rap and then they rebrand and change their name, right? So Angie now is the name of them. And some people have good success with them. They get a lead, a couple leads a day from those platforms. What we've seen though is, of course, they're shared leads, right? So 5 other tree service companies are going to be calling them at the exact same time you get the lead and call them. So it's tough to get them on the phone a lot of times, tough to convert them. And then it's also kind of a race to the bottom on price. But if you're just getting started out, it might be a good platform to get going on because you can get, I think, like cheaper leads, but they're shared, right? So you got to deal with other tree companies constantly sharpening their pencil and lowering the quotes for you to get that work. So that's the only drawback to it. But you could test it out. There's nothing wrong with testing it out. So are you leveraging email marketing in your business? And so, there's other platforms. If you wanted to try to do email marketing yourself, there's Constant Contact, there's MailChimp, Aweber, and we send out newsletters too. You want to have your logo, recognizable brand at the top, any kind of discounts or, coupons that you want to offer, and then a nice branded email. that just looks really professional, right? It makes people look at it and go, wow, that's a good tree service company. This is a professional tree service company. And so a good looking email. And you want to send an email after every service call requesting a review. So if you just finish up the review, it's good to have some sort of automated process where that customer now gets a request to give you a 5-star review. That's a good idea. Send an email a few days after service asking them to engage with you on social media. Maybe ask them to post on social media, their experience with you guys. And send out a monthly email newsletter to remain top of mind and drive more repeat and referral business from your customer base. Like, what better set of people to get referrals from than people you've already done business with and they know, like, and trust you? Well, then the next question is, well, how do I do that? Well, keep your database growing. Use a system tool like Jobber, Single Ops, Arbor Gold, Arbo Star, anything, and put all of your customers in there day after day after day. And eventually you've got thousands of contacts in your customer database. Those are a big pile of people that can refer you to their friends, families, and neighbors if you ask them. And so it's very powerful to keep building up that list. If you're not building up your list, gosh, man, you're doing yourself a disservice, right? So make sure you build up your customer database. And if you haven't started, hey, they say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now. So, start today if you can. Are you leveraging text message marketing, right? So text messages are 98% open rate. So do the math. I mean, if you got 8,000 customers, 5,000 customers in your database, and you send out a text message, I mean, everybody basically is going to read it and they're going to see your business again and they can forward that text. They can pick up the phone and call a friend. Hey, this is that tree company that I wanted you to see. They got a discount this month. Give them a call. So those types of things really, really work if you stick with it. And so text messages to your customer base is about 10% off this month, $200 off if you spend $1,500 or more. Text seasonal offers, right? Hey, spring tree trimming, 15% off if you book it by the end of March, right? It's the best time to get your trees trimmed. Call today. Just easy, simple text messages will get responses. And there's always an option to opt out, right? You've always got to press stop to unenroll or whatever it's called. You always want that on there, and you have to these days anyway. So if they don't want any more text messages from you, they just simply type stop as a reply, and they'll be out of the sequence for next time. So you want to do that. Are you leveraging direct mail? This is another thing that can really help you get a lot of exposure in your local area to help you double your business over the years, right? You got to be doing all of these things consistently, and you will continue to grow your company. Target your top zip codes, right? The more affluent ones, maybe the ones you want to work in the most. Sort by income range and value of the home. That's a good way to sort who you're going to send direct mail pieces to. Send out a monthly postcard or flyer to remain top of mind and drive more repeat and referral business. So you imagine if you're in a specific market, and let's say there's 5 to 10 main zip codes that you want to target because those are the closest to your office, closest to your shop, less windshield time, and you just want more saturation in that particular area. If you're doing your website, your Google Maps, Google local service ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, social media postings, email marketing, direct mail, your trucks are wrapped where people know who you are when you're driving around. You put signs out. I mean, you can't help but get more and more and more calls. Yeah, it costs a little bit more money. You got to put an advertising budget out there, but that's going to help you grow your business. And if you do that consistently, the impressions and the mileage you get from all that additional advertising really compounds over the months and years. And so you start getting a lot further faster than if you don't do that, right? The more and more people that see your business, like your business, you do business with, and ask for referrals, they get direct mail pieces, they see you on Facebook, email, everything else, you're just going to grow your company by default because everybody's seeing you all the time. And they're going to think about you when they're looking for tree service the next time. Are you leveraging yard signs? So good yard sign template would be your logo and then tree service, really big. Let's not make it ambiguous on what kind of service you provide. Make sure tree service is real big on there. If you have some sort of like arbor business name or something like that, just make sure you got tree service or tree care, on your sign, and big phone number so people can just give you a call right there. The phone number needs to be the biggest because that's what they're going to type in. Maybe they take a picture of it with their phone and then they go call you later or something. But have it on there. A QR code is also great. You can also put a QR code where somebody can scan it and go right to the website. That helps a lot too. So the biggest issue facing tree service and tree care companies a lot of times are just unconverted leads. So maybe you're getting a lot of leads, but you don't have any way to just consistently contact them right away or quickly, right? You're losing a lot of them. So I mean, is lead flow really the problem in that scenario? Do you just not have enough leads, or you just need to button up the leads you're getting and make sure everybody's in an automated sequence afterwards? So here's the problem. About 50 to 60% of inbound leads leave unconverted, right? They contact your business, they fill out a form on the website. Maybe you take hours to get back to them, miss the call, little things like that happen along the day when you get busy. And that means you just don't convert them, right? You get a lot of leads, but you're just not converting those leads. So that's a big problem as well. And so here's why. Leads that are not followed up with within 15 minutes typically go cold. I mean, I don't know about you, but during the course of a day, I mean, there are missiles coming in left and right all day. Or if you have kids, you're running a business, you've got crews, you've got payroll, you've got all these different things you're doing all day long. And so does everybody else. So after you fill out a website form on somebody's website, I mean, in 20 minutes, you've probably forgotten that you just did that. And then when your phone rings, because you get so much spam calls, you don't answer the phone. So then you basically forgot you went to this tree company's website. You got a call back, but you didn't call them. So then you're never going to get in touch with them, right? And that happens to everybody almost. So everybody's so swamped and busy that if you don't have text messaging, people are in their text inbox all day, every day. So by using text message marketing after they fill your form out, or if they call you and you missed a call and it engages in a two-way text message right after, they're going to be more likely to get in touch with you to set that appointment. I can promise you, we see this all the time. Text messaging is the primary source of communicating these days because a lot of people don't want to talk on the phone and they get a ton of spam calls all the time. So they're like afraid to pick the phone up. So just use text messaging a lot. That really, really, really helps. So the solution is leverage marketing automation to follow up with web forms when they fill those out within the first 2 minutes of submitting the form with phone and text messages. If you'll start a text message sequence with somebody who just now filled out your form like just a few minutes ago, gosh, you're going to get that lead to engage with you in a conversation on text, and then you can pick up the phone and call them, right, and schedule that appointment. But just get something going so they know who it is and they remember that they just did that. And you want to automate the follow-up so that every prospect is touched 5+ times and you're able to engage in two-way text messaging. So going back to that example from earlier, you get 100 leads, you convert 30 of those only, you're going to make about $19,000 on that if you had a $650 average ticket. On this side scenario, if you do have automation in place and you're converting more, you get 100 leads, you're converting double that, 70 jobs are booked, and then you get $45,000 in revenue as opposed to just 19,000. So that's a monster difference. That's double. So automation is very, very worth it. So again, here's our accelerated growth model that we went through. It's basically driving the leads. You want to maximize the conversion of all those leads. And sometimes you don't even have a lead problem. You just don't have a conversion. You got a conversion problem. And then you want to optimize the results after you get those that come in. And this is a recap of what we went over in the beginning here with, driving the leads, maximizing the conversion, and optimizing the results from all the different marketing channels we talked about today. And again, another visual, kind of the same scenario there. And how are you doing, right? This is our internet marketing checklist for tree service contractors. So it's a very condensed version of our book. And really goes through kind of like all the outline of what you need to be doing online and offline to get maximum results. So how to double your business by using multi-channel marketing, what we're going over today, is all in this internet marketing checklist, the ultimate marketing checklist for tree service companies. So you can get that from our website at treeservicedigital.com. You can download it right from the homepage. And it's very powerful, just something you can have, and also if you request a copy of our book and we mail it to you, we put a copy of this marketing checklist in the box as well when we send it out to you. So this is something that you can have for free. We just want everybody to kind of know, like, this is what works, right? So, because we do this all day, every day. Do you need help, right? If you do, post "Let's Talk," in the comments there. Happy to talk with you about that, or shoot me an email. Go to the Tree Service Digital website. Let us know. I think we got another question in here. Mitchell asks, are you familiar with any proximity-based text message advertising? I'm interested in reaching out to people walking by. That's a good question, Mitchell. That's kind of sneaky. I like that. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Most of what we do is with the customer database of each client. They have their own database of customers, and we can market to them with email and text marketing, or people that fill out a form on the website for new leads, they get text messages. But proximity-based text advertising, that's a cool thing. I may or may not have gotten one of those before at a major event. I can't remember, but that's a great question. That's a nice little sneaky way to get text messages out to people, right? So I'm not sure about that. So action items, maybe write down today, what are your top action items that maybe you need the most help with, right? Maybe you got a good website. Maybe you have a good Google Map listing and reputation online, but maybe you need to be doing email newsletters to your database. Wow, I got this list of like 8,000 customers, 3,000 customers, whatever it is. But man, we're just not sending them anything. They don't even know we exist after we did a job for them 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago. That's kind of the point here, is that the more of this you do, the more people are going to remember your business and give you a call. So like a lot of times, like let's just say for example, me or you get a gutter job done, or you get a plumbing job done, or a tree service work done, and 2 years goes by because you don't need the service anymore, or for a couple of years or whatnot. You might forget, right? You might just have forgotten, like, God, that company was so good, but I cannot remember them. Well, if you've been getting an email every month from that company, you're going to remember you need to go to your email to go find that company to call them, right? Because they've been emailing you or texting you. So it's just very, very important to do that. So write down your top action items there. And a couple other questions. Can you help me do my SEO? Absolutely, Mateo. Yeah, shoot us an email. Go to our website, treeservicedigital.com. Happy to look at your current setup, your market, see what you're up to, and see if we can assist there. No problem. Anonymous attendee, we've used simplify.fi for that. Cool. So that must be a text message thing. I'll write that down because I'll look into that. That's a cool thing there. Simplify.fi. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that. I don't think I've ever seen that before or heard of it. So, and here's some testimonials we have. It's on the website. We're doing these programs for. Is Josh with Country Trees out in Texas. Highly recommend Tree Service Digital, not just because of their knowledge of the industry and their customer support, but also because they can just simply do a better job than you can on your own. They're helping tree services all over the country have better SEO, better websites, better Facebook ads, and access to all those statistics. They're always there to help. Great customer support staff. So thanks so much, Josh. Appreciate that. And then Ray, Nature's Dream Tree and Landscape in Florida. We're working with Tree Service Digital. Our rankings are really low. We were spending a bunch of money and not getting any results. We didn't know how to fix it. Tree Service Digital has done an amazing job. We were ranking number 1 online for most all of our keywords and searches. Phones are ringing a lot. I would say 6 to 7 calls per day. And Google rankings and lead flows went through the roof. Highly recommend them, just not to my competitors. Thanks a lot, Ray. Appreciate that review. If you're watching or watch later. Again, if you guys are on the YouTube channel watching this after the fact, subscribe and like our channel. We got a podcast, Tree Service Marketing Profits Podcast. Look out for new episodes. This will also go on the audio podcast where you can listen to this later if you missed anything. And we also have a free Facebook group called Tree Service Marketing Secrets. So if you request that, we can certainly let you in there. And Justin says, what's the price? Well, Justin, we have 3 different programs. So it depends on what you're looking to do. All of our programs come with a website and search engine optimization, SEO, every month. But then we've got the middle program and the top program that come with the setup of the paid ads, Google local service ads, email marketing, text marketing. I mean, it just really depends on what you want to spend on the Google ads and all that. But we're not usually a good fit for startup companies. We're better fit for established companies who have a marketing budget they can kind of carve out monthly and stick with it. So if that's something that you're comfortable with, I mean, most people are spending anywhere from, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month all in, depending on how much they want to spend on Google ads, Facebook ads, website SEO, all that stuff. So there's a lot of options and things that you don't have to do, but things that do make a big impact on your marketing. So if you want a free marketing plan review, let us know. We'll definitely help you out there and go over it for free. You can call our number, 770-637-3707. If we don't answer, just leave a message. We'll call you right back. And you can also go to our website, treeservicedigital.com/schedule. And happy to schedule something with you there. And again, this is all we do at Tree Service Digital. So if you go to our website, you can get in touch with us there if you have any questions about multi-channel marketing. We also just did the 2024 digital marketing plan for tree service companies, which is a lot of this content. So check that out if you want. And thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you guys jumping on today. If there any other questions anybody has, feel free to pop them in really quick before we jump off. And we'll go through that. We're about here for busy season that's coming right around the corner. So if you have an office staff, try to implement a lot of these things that we talked about today. Or if you need help with implementation and getting this stuff all set up for you, white glove setup, onboarding, we're happy to work with you, see if we're a good fit, and go from there. So thanks so much for joining, everybody. Let me see if there's one more question here. Thanks for your time and knowledge. You bet, Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining, man. Appreciate it. And there'll be a replay too. So if you guys missed anything, you can check it out on YouTube. I'll email it out to you as well. And then it'll also be on the podcast. So until the next video, we will talk to you then. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good weekend.